People often say to me, what's the best way of looking after and managing my passwords? Some people will use the same password for everything, which we know is crazy and really silly to do, because if one password is compromised, then your potential hacker can access all your various accounts online. So what's the best way? Well, I know some people that have a manual booklet, something like just a notepad, and they jot them all down. Okay, that's probably better than using the same password. But the other issue is with that, of course, if you lose that book, you lose all your passwords. Now, there is many other methods out there which people suggest, but I would suggest one of the best ways is getting yourself a good password manager. Lots of options out there. I utilize 1Password, which I think is very good. But if you just do a search, you can find many different password managers, and includes things like LastPass. Your antivirus software, if you're using that, like Norton, have built-in password managers. If you're using a VPN software, quite often they will have their own password manager as well. So there's plenty of choice. Do your research and find what works for you. But personally, I like 1Password. But people say to me, well, that's fine. I'm using Google and I'm using Google Chrome, and that manages my passwords via the web browser, which, yeah, is okay. And it's better than probably using the same password, and probably better than writing it down in a book that could get lost or stolen or misplaced. But there is a big problem with something like the Google password manager. And I'm going to show you how quick and how easy it is to expose that password. So I'm just going to open up here something that most businesses will be using. This is Xero. It's a cloud accounting software, and as you can see, it's got my email address already in there, and it's got the password that's kind of hyphened out, so you can't see it, asterisked out. But people think, well, that's secure. No one can see what that password is. Well, very quickly, without being a computer programmer or a rocket scientist, you can expose this password. I'm going to show you exactly how this happens. Now, if I click on the password box and right mouse button, I can go to inspect, okay, and I just choose that. And up comes here basically the coding that sits behind the website. And you can see here in this particular coding, it's got the word password. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this, okay, so edit the HTML. I'm going to click on the box where it says password and just highlight it. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to change that to the word text. So I've done nothing, no coding. All I've done is I've just changed the word password to the word text. And now if I click OK, you will see automatically it exposes my password, and there it is there on the screen. Now don't worry, you can go and try and hack into my account, because this password is no longer used. It's purely there for the demonstration purpose. But you can see how quickly I can expose a password, and this will happen on any password that is auto saved within your browser. So there's the thing, don't use the Chrome software, don't save your passwords in the browser. It's not good. It's not really that secure. And as you see, that was 2 simple steps to inspect, to change the word password to the word text, and it's automatically exposed on the screen. So I would highly suggest you get something like 1Password, a password manager, very easy to basically install onto your devices, multi-platform. Doesn't matter if I'm using a Mac here, but it doesn't matter if you're on a Mac, doesn't matter if you're on a Windows-based operating system. There's also apps for iOS and Google devices as well, Android devices. So you can actually sync across all. You have your passwords with you when you're on the move on your mobile device, but of course when you're at your desktop, it's there. And yes, it still does an autofill, but the difference is that what you can actually do is you can bring up your passwords and actually fill them in. You see I get this little icon here. I can click onto this and it logs me into my password manager and allows me then to pop the passwords in there securely. So if I just delete that out of there, and if I was to click into this box, it's hidden behind, isn't it? So the other thing about these auto passwords, they get in the way as well. I don't really want this actually being here because what I actually want is sat behind here in my 1Password drive, and then I can bring that up. Or alternatively, I can just very simply, you can't see it on this screen, but I can click into my 1Password and then bring it up on the screen. You can see all my various passwords that I store within my software manager. You can see I've got hundreds of them, and every single one uses a different password and very highly secure as well. Minimum of 16 characters using numbers, letters and symbols as well. So it makes it very, very hard to crack. Anyway, there's a top tip for you. Don't use Google Chrome as a password manager. Hope that's been useful.